now we brought up MW2. What was it like playing MW2 for the first time? If you can remember, like, what was it like being like, whoa, like this is like not knowing it would be your favorite game possibly of all time. If there's another one,
It's not my favorite game of all time. It's my favorite Call of Duty.
Fuck, what is your favorite game? Resident Evil 4? Or which one was it?
It depends. I think nostalgically speaking, Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time. But my legit favorite game of all time has to be Red Dead Redemption, bro.
Oh, there we go. Fuck, I was like, which one was it again?
It has to be Red
I
Dead.
was like, it was one of these three. I forgot which one the fuck it was.
It was exciting, bro. Because I started picking up Call of Duty. I picked up Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when Black Ops came out. So fuck, look up when Black Ops came out. So I'm thinking it was like 2010, 2011 when Black Ops had come out. If not, probably 9-ish.
November 9th, 2010.
Okay, so yeah, so 2010. So I had Black Ops. The first Black Ops had came out barely. Had recently came out, and one of our neighbors actually owned a PlayStation 3, and he had Modern Warfare 2, and so I don't know how the fuck I picked up Call of Duty. I think one of my another neighbor kid of ours was like, "Hey, you ever play Call of Duty?" I was like, "I don't even know what the fuck that is." And I used to hate the first person type of shooter games. I used to hate them, bro. Hate them. And then he was like, hey, like, let's play split screen it. I was like, all right, whatever. I liked it. I bought, or I had my mom or my dad buy me Black Ops after I played Black Ops with one of the neighbor kids. And then another neighbor had Modern Warfare 2. And so I told him, I was like, hey, can I use the game? He was like, yeah, go ahead, take it. Plugged it in, bro, or put the disc in, plugged in my controller. Bro. Sick ass fucking the intro, the fucking lobby music. Oh my god, the sounds. It was just a whole different era, man. And at the time I was like, this game is exciting. And at the time I was very like legitimately trying to play it, but I think there was like a lot of like, at the time was called jailbreakers, which was like people would jailbreak their PS3 and like, eventually hack the game. And then eventually one of my one of my elementary school buddies or middle school buddies at the time, I think it was in middle school, ended up jailbreaking his PlayStation. And so he ended up getting like hacks and stuff for Modern Warfare. And so then he kind of gave it to me, Bars, which was called CFG Bars.
Rolls on a roll.
And so we just started playing, bro, and like it was the greatest experience of my life, dude.
And the reason
kids nowadays will not know what a Modern Warfare 2 lobby is.
They don't, bro.
They will not know that.
And the reason I bring that up, bro, is because like I was watching Onipixel play Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get to DLC before it came out because he didn't want to miss out on it. And so he pretty much was like rushing every single boss. Like, so he was rushing the game until somebody named Launder came in and told him, like, TLDR, like, extremely long story short, it was a long speech. He was like, as someone who has played like the Elden Ring, Dark Souls, which one fucking was it, Bloodborne, like those games, if you try to rush it, your first time playing those games are not going to be as pleasant as like, let's say like you playing MW2 for the first time.
Yeah.
And you don't want to rush it because you don't want your first impression of a game to be like, oh, I rushed it all just so I could get to the DLC. Like, no, like you want to like, especially like with Elden Ring, it's a very, very, very by trial and fire game. You have to die a lot of times to get the bosses down.
You mean trial and error?
Trial and error, there you go. You need to do a lot of that. There's a lot of dying. There's a lot of mechanics you need to figure out. And in that game, it really does require to be like, to take in the world of it.
Yeah.
And then how you said that nobody's going to understand the MW2 lobby. Nobody's going to understand, bro. Opening up BO2 and hearing like that fucking intro is like, and especially do the campaign. The campaigns of the Black Ops 1, 2, not 3, but just 1 and 2 are probably the greatest. Oh man, that's so hard.
Well, even Modern Warfare, like the Modern Warfare series, dude.
That was pretty good. I just think they dragged out
All of the Modern Warfare series, the old Call of Look, let me put it this way. Companies nowadays are so fucking, everything is so money hungry, dude. Like, I was listening to Nero Cinema. Shout out to Nero Cinema. And I was watching his videos, and he pretty much said, like, he's pretty much telling the truth. Like, Activision is so greedy now. That's why they always put out a Call of Duty, like, every year. And that's why, like, the Call of Duties are very, like, focused on, like,
they're so repetitive
microtransactions, bro.
Even the newest one looks like Cold War.
Dude, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck anymore about the experience. They just give a fuck about the money. Look, check this out. Back in the day, right? For example, let's talk about Black Ops. No, well, fuck it. Let's talk about Black Ops.
Was it every 2 or 3 years? Or what? 2 years?
Black Ops. At the time, I think it was like every year. I think it was an every year game. But they used to take like 2 to 3 years to actually develop the game. It wasn't a year cycle. It was 2 to 3 years. So they actually took their time. For example, okay, let's talk about Black Ops, right? Black Ops 1 was so bloody simple that it was actually fun to play. To this day, it's very fun to play. Right? Think about this. You go in a lobby. You do pretty bad in the lobby. You get better. You move on. Okay, now let's move to Black Ops 2, bro. Black Ops 2 comes out, right? It's so simple, dude. That was the first game that introduced a DLC gun, the Peacekeeper. The Peacekeeper, I bought the Peacekeeper, awesome gun, but the Peacekeeper didn't make me better. What made me better was me getting my ass whooped and actually trying. My whole point of this is, what Activision is focusing on now is not the consumer. They're focusing on the profit.
Yeah.
The profit margin. They keep releasing Call of Duties every single year, and every single year, from, I want to say, what's the last bad Call of Duty, bro?
I mean, unbiased, I would say
Infinite Warfare. I'm going to say Infinite Warfare was the collapse. Advanced Warfare. I'm gonna go even back and say Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun, but the skill-based matchmaking was kind of like, it was rampant, but it wasn't like, turned up like it is now. But Advanced Warfare was the beginning of the end. That's when they focused on the whole, supply drop bullshit and all that stuff. Black Ops 3 was okay, but I mean, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
That's when they started focusing on like the profit and not the consumer. And honestly, bro, ever since Advanced Warfare, like, it's been downhill, bro.
After Advanced Warfare is Black Ops 3, then Infinite Warfare. Then it was, I think World War II is probably the last good one in my opinion.
No, bro.
I think
World War II, yeah, it was pretty good.
World War II was probably the last good one. And then after Black Ops 4, man, fuck. It just, after Black Ops 4 is Modern Warfare 20. Modern Warfare 2018 had I think that was the beginning of the horrible skill-based matchmaking.
I think that's what fucked it up, to be honest. Because check this out. The graphics are just improving. They're improving. But you could have all the graphics. You could have all the nostalgia. But if it's not the right formula, it's not going to work, bro. I'll tell you straight up right now.
Cold War, maybe?
Dude, I'll tell you right now. World War II was, in the beginning, the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever heard. I've ever seen. I've ever played.
I actually kind of liked it.
In the beginning. It was the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever played. And then when the whole what is it called? The whole rebuild of the game happened, when Sledgehammer was like, okay, we're gonna listen to the community and we're gonna patch it up. The whole patch, the big patch that came out.
Yeah.
After that patch, World War II became a great fucking game. And I loved World War II. That was the last Call of Duty that I actually played religiously. And I only played it with because of a couple of my friends that I used to play with. And then after that, dude, like, it just went downhill, bro. It just went downhill for me. I bought Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare. Dude, I think I think the dogs took a shit.
I think you're schizo, bro. I'm not smelling anything.
You don't smell anything? I smell like something.
Oh, God.
maybe I'm just tripping, bro. I don't know.
I mean, dude. I mean, the
I
last.
think it's the microphone. It smells metallic-y.
Ew. I think the last game that. Oh man, that I kind of like. What's one game you could replay again, like for the first time and shit?
Replay again?
Yeah, I honestly would say Red Dead Redemption 2. That game, bro, was.
Yeah.
It is probably the best storytelling game I think I've ever played. Like that game, dude, is at no point like you're like, oh come on, just hurry up and like get the conversation over with. Like every part of that story you want to listen to, and it's like
well, for the first time, yeah, but like after you play it, the replayability, I think it's kind of like But
yeah, and that's why I said like like Red Dead Redemption 2, you don't want to rush through that game. God of War, like you don't want to rush through God of War Ragnarok, just because you want to get to Ragnarok and shit. Like you want to like. You really want to experience the world of God of War and get to know like everything about it before rushing into it, to Ragnarok and all that shit. And honestly, man, I would say the greatest soundtrack any video game has ever had. Oh shut up, man.
Correctos.
Honestly, dude, it has to be the Black Ops series, either the zombies or the BO2 campaign.
I think for me,
it's
the Black Ops 1 zombies.
That shit. Whoever the fuck. Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
Oh, dude, the whole Black Ops game, that first original Black Ops game, dude. Oh my.
That shit's a banger. Dude.
Every time I hear the lobby music, yeah,
you're like, fuck, I'm ready to get in the game.
It just brings me back, and it makes me want to cry because I took that shit for granted, bro. I remember coming back from school playing it, and like
the late night Friday
night summer, dude. Like I just took it for granted, man. Yeah. And it was a great fucking time, man. It was a great fucking time because I remember playing that game with a couple of my buddies, and even by myself. Like I remember playing that shit by myself, and it was awesome, man. It was awesome, and. Now it's just like at the time I was the kid, what is it called?
Oh God, no.
What is it called when you stop? What was that one thing?
A burnout?
No, dude.
I don't know.
It's like a slang that our Call of Duty players used to use. Curb stomp or something like that.
I don't know.
I forgot the word. But anyway, at the time, back in the day, I was a little 12-year-old kid, 12, 13-year-old, whatever, that was curb stomping, the grown-ups, the adults. And now I'm the adult that's getting my ass beat by the little kids.
Yup. That have like fucking, they're using, back then you would use what, four or five of your fingers? Now they're using all 10 of them. Maybe
I just used these 4.
Maybe even a fucking toe in there at some time.
8 out of my 10 fingers.
And it's like, dude, come on, bro. Like, it's not that serious, dude.
I don't know, man.
I think, what was I finna say? I think as to segue with like how like COD is like, it is really dying. After Activision took away, what was it? H2W or HW2 or something like that. What the fuck is it called? I keep forgetting.
HM2 or some shit. I don't know.
But when they took that away, man, you really could feel everybody's like confused, like why? Like I'm not mad or anything, but just why through a telephone? Like through a screen.
My biggest thing is like
I was gonna play and I was like, dude, really? Like you guys did that?
I was really fucking hyped for that and Modern Warfare 2 remastered, community thing. I was really, really looking forward to that. But they did that. They pulled the plug. Literally the day it was gonna come out, they pulled the plug, and I was like, bro,
these motherfuckers, man.
But even then, dude, like even if that was the case, like for example, let's say Call of Duty were to listen, Activision, let's say, was to listen to the community, and instead of adding skill-based matchmaking, they took skill-based matchmaking off, or they might have minimized it a little less, right? They probably turned it down a little bit. If they were to do that, they were to listen to the community and say, okay, we're gonna go back to the old system, right? So a 3-year developing cycle, and more support, they're still gonna ruin it with the whole battle pass bullshit that they have. And I think they're focused a lot more too right now on like Warzone and shit because that made them more money.
I mean, that literally carried the quarantine pandemic.
Well, yeah, because that was during quarantine. But like, honestly, bro,
the one thing that will literally fix COD before it dies, which is gonna segue into what I want to talk about, is all you gotta do is add a casual playlist. There's no skill-based matchmaking, and guess what? You could instead of being booted out from the lobby, you get to stay with them. And on top of that, you make a competitive playlist. Look at Rocket League. There's a competitive. There's a casual. You can stay with people and shit, dude. But nah, man. I don't know what it is about that concept that doesn't sit right with them. Like,
because look, check this out.
Who the fuck is like, no, that's unbearable. Fuck that.
Their whole like reasoning behind doing that, and the whole reasoning on doing the whole skill-based matchmaking thing is because they don't want to lose the casual person, their whole thing is like, we make more money off of the casual player than we make off the hardcore diehard fan players. Because the diehard fans are gonna, use the same loadout, whatever. And their whole thing behind the whole skill-based matchmaking thing is like, okay, we'll start them off with. From what I heard, there was a patent or something that pretty much put skill-based matchmaking pretty much put, the casual players with like, people that are in their league, because that way the casual player that are in the same league will buy the microtransactions the other person has. Because they're like, okay, well, I'm getting my ass beat by this person. Maybe it's the gun. Maybe I'll just buy that gun bundle, and they'll buy it. That's how they make their money. Now, the reason I think they don't want to fix that is because they're just making way too much money off of what's going on already. Like, think about it, bro. If you get put, like, let's say I'm stomping these players, bro, left and right. I'm dropping 30, 40, 50 bombs. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting pretty good. Yeah. And then I start getting into like lobbies that are with my skill performance. And now I'm the one getting curb stomped on. And I'm like, ooh, bro, like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I keep getting killed by the same fucking dude.
This is so annoying.
Lord Master 79, let's say. And he has his gun. And I'm like, maybe it's the gun. Maybe I should just buy the gun bundle. There goes Activision, $24 for Activision. I think that's why they're doing that, to be honest. And I don't think anytime soon they're going to get rid of skill-based matchmaking, because they're stuck on their ways of like, it works. It's working. It's going to continue to work. But according to Nero Cinema, bro, from the beginning of Black Ops 6 up until now, they've lost half of their player count.
And I wonder,
actually, more than half.
It's more than that, dude. I mean, at this point, I don't even know how they still have a fucking COD league, like the CDL, like the Call of Duty League.
I don't understand it either, bro.
Championship, like,
I never understood that. Like, I never understood like why they, and I think that's why they got rid of like the player count, because I think in Ghost, like, there wasn't a lot of people playing. And like, again, it's just because they try to change up a lot of shit that they didn't need to be changed up. They literally had a good system in place. They had a great system. Amazing system. 3-year developing cycle, 2 or 3 year developing cycle, two teams, Treyarch and Infinity War. And out of both of them, I think Treyarch was the better making game one. But at the same time, it's like, why get rid of that? Yeah. Then they introduced Sledgehammer, which Sledgehammer was the one that worked on, I want to say, I think it was like Advanced Warfare, and like helped out in Modern Warfare 3. And they did a good job. Like, don't get me wrong, they did a good job. But then they started changing up the system in Ghost. Like, why? When Call of Duty Ghost came out, Call of Duty Ghost was a great game. I think it was hated on for no reason. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest game, but it was a great game. And then they changed the whole system up with Advanced Warfare. Why add the whole jetpack shit and all that stuff? I never understood that. Like, they just changed up the game for no reason. Like, you didn't have to. The game was great already. You just try to fix something that wasn't broken. You try to what is it called? How do you say it?
Reinvent.
Reinvent the wheel, dude. And you didn't have to. You didn't necessarily have to do all that shit, but they did, and now they're, losing a lot of the players. I think they had like 300,000 people playing maybe at once.
Fuck,
Or 300,000, I think, just on Steam and PC. And now they're down to like 100,000 people.